bloodthirsty carnivore. Don't you come around here no more, 'cause you think you're superior to everyone you meet. Well, baby, I got news for you. You don't control my world or what I say you do. What I say you do. You liar, you creep. We falling so deep inside your vast web of lies. No room left to hide or dead inside. Those lying eyes, those lying eyes. 'Cause you think you're superior to everyone you meet. Well, baby, I got news for you. You don't control my world. What I say you do. What I say you do. You liar, you cheat. We are what we eat. You bloodthirsty carnivore. Don't you come around here no more. Hi everyone, welcome to Omaha Sound. I'm Allie Peeler, and it is my pleasure to introduce to you our next guest. His name is Topher Booth.
I hope you don't mind, I hope you don't mind if I hope you don't mind, I hope you don't mind if I go ahead and speak away mine. I hope you don't care, I hope you don't care if I hope you don't care, I hope you don't care if I go ahead with details to spare. If you look past your own two eyes, then you might start to recognize that there's a whole world sitting there with their own problems, certs and cares that you undoubtedly won't see because you're so consumed with you, with you. Every time that you get a chance to look at yourself in the mirror, you do. Everyone knows that you say hello, so you can have your chance to talk about yourself. If you look past your own two eyes, then you might start to recognize that there's a whole world sitting there with their own problems, certs and cares that you undoubtedly won't see because you're so consumed with you, with you. Go put your makeup on so you can be what you wanna see. But when it comes off, You're afraid 'cause you know we'll see that all you do is take, and give your problems away, 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 away.
Winter's so cold on your own. There was a time when I was part of a throne. Merry men sing joyous songs at the table where I had my first drink. It wasn't much, but I called it home. Don't forget where you're from, you'll forget who you are. It's the struggle that gives us those beautiful scars. Always a brother and son. I will always be a brother and son. Oh. Mama, who I needed the most when I went for so long while I was sharing my songs. All we know is someday we'll get it good. We'll get it so good. Growing old, I dream about that table with no seats left unattended, and the blood that sits is our own. Don't forget where you're from, you'll forget who you are. It's the struggle that gives us those beautiful scars. Don't forget where you're from, you'll forget who you are. It's the struggle that gives us those beautiful scars. Now, don't forget where you're from, you'll forget who you are. It's the struggle that gives us those beautiful scars. Don't forget where you're from, you'll forget who you are. It's the struggle that gives us those beautiful scars. Always a brother and son.
My neighbor Jones is always in a bind, perpetually short of items we deem necessary. Toothpaste, milk, soap, sugar, laundry detergent, always needing to borrow. How do you borrow deodorant? I loathe it when I'm low, but my manic mind likes to play guessing games of what he'll need to borrow next. I'd interpret his knocks like song lyrics, light, morning taps, probably a Ziploc of coffee creamer. Loud, late afternoon demands, more likely toilet paper. I'd mid-knock open, already holding a roll of Charmin, saying, Jones, you know that band Bad Touch? They need a saxophone player. They're on the verge, man. You'd put them over the edge. His eyes carry defeat the way we carry cell phones. If he forgot it for a moment, he'd retrace his steps to fetch it. Bad Touch? What genre is that? Indie, punk, pop, hippie, hipster folk? I don't know, man. I need the job for the insurance. The meds keep Katie even killed. He was Katie's middleman. The dealer was Mutual of Omaha. Me? I never saw the appeal of being even killed, of not feeling. Besides, Jones hated pushing insurance. You know, Jones, that chemical imbalance, it's not in her head. Everybody knows the chemicals are in our food, the imbalance in our culture. That's not true. Science has proven there's an imbalance in the brain. I wonder if he comprehends that imbalance could be the chicken or the egg. I wonder if crying isn't the appropriate response for Katie in this sick society. I wonder if he wants the pills for her or him. Trying again, I say, Jones, sometimes the path forward starts with a step back. He hung his head in that usual way. I don't have a step back to take. All I can do is pray and leave it in the hands of Jesus. It's my turn to be defeated as I go from high to depressed. I wonder why the people with the most religion have the least faith. I wonder why we don't embrace the waves of emotion. I want to celebrate every high, languish in every low, go from rejoice to tears, sorrow to hope. I want to live life with faith. I want to feel life with faith. I want to feel life. I want to feel.
Hi, I'm Allie Peeler, and I am here with Brady Wells, and he's just performed some of his original music. Tell us, where can we find your music?
Brady Wells at SoundCloud. I also have a Facebook page. I have a band that I'm starting again in Omaha. It was in Chicago, called Them Monarchs, THEM Monarchs. But themmonarchs.com, yeah.
Awesome. Well, everyone check him out and find his music, and you're about to hear another original from Brady.
Is it possible that today could be my dying day? But these are things that we all fear. So live strong and make more out of nothing. Live long and show the world
Allie Peeler, and I'm here with Topher Booth in his home, and I'm really excited. We're going to do our interview here, and this is a really beautiful, special place. Is this where you like to write a lot of your tunes, or?
Yep, so pretty much like right here, I'll just kind of wander around the room writing songs, and Solomon, my son, he'll just kind of wander around with me and stuff. So he's like my little audience. So if he's dancing, then I know I'm like, you know, I've hit a good chord progression or something.
That's something I love about anytime I see you. You always bring up your beautiful wife, Sarah, and your son, Solomon, and they're obviously really important to you.
Right.
And so tell me, how does that influence your music? Or
Well, I mean, I definitely find it influencing the words I write now. So, like, earlier we talked about looking back at some more older songs we've written in that place we're in, and then, like, looking at songs we've written now. And
hey, Solomon.
of which,
right? So, the new music you're working on right now, like, how would you describe it?
Oh, I don't know. I guess it's a little more grown up, I guess. Like, it's a little, when I look back on older songs, it's more processing where things are going. I think now the stuff I write's more about examining what I've become at this point in time, like how being a husband and, you know, a father's developed who I am right now.
Right.
You know, and I'm kind of seeing that, like, earlier things were written, it's more of a, okay, who am I? Where are things going? Like, what's the, you know, where are things leading? But now it's, you know, I find so much joy and purpose in just my family,
right?
And it really reflects itself in my music.
Absolutely.
So.
Are you thinking that? Okay, so lately I've seen you playing with other musicians. Are you thinking like a band is in your future?
Yeah, very soon. I enjoy playing by myself just because, you know, you kind of do whatever you want. You don't have to worry about tempo or things like that. You just do whatever.
Right.
But no, I have grown a lot just in the past few months from hanging out with some other musicians and hearing how they write and how they process things and just what they bring to the table as far as chords or words or different ideas. And I've grown a lot from that. So yeah, band's the next step just because I love the energy of having different people feeding off each other.
Right.
And it's just part of developing the sound. Like, I find too that when I play with others, it creates a whole new sound and feeling to the songs.
Right.
And so I'm excited to explore kind of almost like recreating the music I've written.
Right.
So,
with some of these people. I'm really excited. Describe to me, in your mind, like the Omaha music scene.
Omaha music scene.
Yeah.
It's, I guess one of the words I hear thrown around a lot is authentic.
Right.
Which I think it's pretty accurate because most everything I hear at anywhere I play, it has, I guess, a lot of personal touch to it, a lot of stories and where people have come from and what they want to do, and it's, you know, all lyrics have their place, but when I hear local Omaha artists, it's a lot of experience and who they are as a person. I think
there's a lot of truth that's getting shared.
Truth.
I love sitting and listening to a song, being like, "Ooh, I know why that is."
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
there's so much beauty in that.
So I feel like there's a lot of that in Omaha.
Right. Tell me like an experience that really sticks out.
Yeah. Honestly, I feel like this year it's been a lot different. So like I played in the past and never kind of went at it with it really being all I want to do, kind of perspective to it. And this year has totally just been, let's just make it the point. Like, this is what we're going to pursue. This is what we're going to accomplish. And, and it's kind of put everything in a really new light.
When can people expect to see like an album?
Yeah, definitely. I'm actually hoping by the end of this year. Awesome. So I've teamed up with a couple of people. Right. And right now it's just the forming of the band thing. So
every time I hear your music, I always think like that's already a song or something. That's on the radio. You have such an amazing ability to write such a beautiful, catchy song. I always find myself running around the house like singing your tunes.
I appreciate that.
Oh, the day we are not ready for that day.
I think I mentioned before it when you say that or someone else is like, oh, I swear I've heard it on the radio. It gets me kind of nervous. I'm like, well, please let me know if you have heard it on the radio so I can stop claiming it as mine.
You have this beautiful, your melodies, everything about it. It is. I think there's something universal about what you write about. your song "Book," I think, is the first time I heard it, I was like, that is
Thanks.
like so
I actually
full of
remember the
truth.
first time you heard it because I remember playing that show, and I remember afterwards, Sarah, my wife, was like, "That one girl in the front, she was really digging Book."
That's a great
and I was like, she was into it. I was like, I really
Such a good
appreciate
song.
that.
No, because there is such a responsibility in what we write. Songwriters or
absolutely.
storytellers or
Right.
anything. There's a lot of responsibility in that.
Yeah.
And hearing you like sing that, I was like, yes, yes, I love that. Steve and I talk about there are like in my mind moments like Omaha moments where are just like ingrained in my memory of when something happens or songs performed and you're just like moved to like an emotional response.
Right.
And your song did that. That's
awesome.
That's
Thank you.
great.
I appreciate
of course. Thank you for sharing it, and thank you for sharing your home and your family with us.
Absolutely.
But everyone, check out Topher Booth. You can find him on Facebook.
Yeah,
you have a Facebook?
Oh, yeah, Facebook page, yeah.
And then hopefully soon you'll have your music out there.
Yep.
So everyone, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
They said, come on down to the river, Brady. Then they offered me a hand, but I really can't stay. No, no, I give myself away. They said, come on down to the river, Brady. Then they said, give us a word, but I really can't stay. No, no, I give myself away. I know that they're right behind. I know they're not on my side. I know that they're on my trail. I know they're waiting for me to fail. 'Cause I can't keep my eyes focused on the prize. Here comes my demise, my own creation. I now can see there's a death in me. It came so quickly. They said, come on down to the river today. Then they held me underwater till I called on his name. Oh no, I thought it was my last day. They said, come on down to the river today. Oh, we only tell the truth, no lies, no whitewash display. So no, I've had enough for today. I know that they're right behind. I know they're not on my side. I know that they're on my trail. I know they're waiting for me to fail. 'Cause I can't keep my eyes focused on the prize. Here comes my demise, my own creation. I now can see there's a death in me. It came so quickly, my own creation. They said it would set me free. They said my burden's no more on me. But why do I still feel it's cold? Oh, why do I still feel the fall? 'Cause I can't keep my eyes focused on the prize. Here comes my demise, my own creation. I now can see there's a death in me. It came so quickly, my own creation. My own creation. They said, come on down to the river today. Brother, we have a word for you. Please, please stay. Oh no, I've had enough life.